Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015! Woohoo! It's 8:15, etc. Other jokes about 2015, yeah. Oh, has that can been there the whole time? Could have sworn it wasn't. Someone been not tidying up after themselves. Anyway, okay, that was the early part of the distraction. My suspension experts, apparently. Yeah, adverts. Right, good. So, last time out we fixed up a Delray Custom, and this time out we're going to do some jobs. Let's take a fancy, long-looking job. Yeah. Let's learn us some monies. Crikey, that's quite a blue, isn't it? It's very blue. So the engine is working, but it's choppy. Filters, so it's virtually the same. Timing. Sloppy steering, exhaust and paint. Right. Wow, it's sort of blue that it is means that you can hardly see the edges of corners, so it just sort of disappears a bit. Just looks like a flat blue. It's a bit strange. Okay, and then now we've moved it over the other side of here, we have to remember what we're doing. So, filters, timing. It does actually tell us the timing parts we need to change as well, which is what now? Belt tensioner, timing belt, and water pump. Yes, that'll be that. So, how do we get these off? There we go. One water pump. Right, where's this belt tensioner? How's it underneath the timing cover? It might be. Alright, so was that all of those? Water pump, timing belt, and belt tensioner, yes. Unless this is the timing belt. That's the timing belt. Alright, sloppy steering. Alright, let's do that next. That's fairly straightforward. I have to take the wheel off, aren't we? Oh, I'll tell you what we should do. Just get rid of all this crap I can stuff from the Delray. Alright, just to ease confusion later on when I've got a bunch of different wheels to put back together, or put back on together. Alright, so sloppy steering, we can see that. Check the bushes, bushes seem fine. Bushes are okay on this side. Sway bars take off. Nope, there we go. And tie rod. I think the steering rail looks a bit fucked, so let's take off the inner tie rod just in case we need to take off that one. Fuel filter needs to come out. There it is. Accessible from engine bay. That's where I am. Awesome. Right. Ooh, that looks like it needs to come off. I'm just gonna have to. Yeah, the exhaust manifold's gonna have to come off to get rid of that. Alright, is it just the one exhaust? Yeah. Okay, let's lift it up. Let's get those little bits out. So we've got a. Where the hell's the steering rack gone? There it is. And some exhaust. There's a bit more exhaust. Bit more exhaust. Alright, what we've got back here. Okay, that wants to come off. We'll take off the leaf U-bolts first, of course. Of course. Alright, anything else under here? These need to come off. Sort of ironically, but actually just, coincidentally. So not ironically at all. Okay, let's double check how far are we doing. Steering, got all those. Timing, we got all that, we knew about those. Got the filters, not discovered the extra choppy bits. Got all those. Alright, so is that the only bit we're missing? Yeah, so the engine is working but it's choppy. Right, let's check the fuel pump whilst we're here. 53, and what's our cut-off? 51, so that's not the problem. Also, you can tell by looking at this list, looks like it's on the first screen, so let's put fuel pump back in. Alright, so it's not that. Let's check other things in the engine. I'll have to bring it down to do that. Or, just dance around it. Okay, so choppy engine. Got to change the air filter anyway, so let's whack that out whilst we remember. Make sure that wasn't it. No, it's already on that list. Okay, choppy engine. Choppy engine electrics. I didn't take the oil filter off either. So how's that? 59%, that's fine. Let's put that back on. Electrics, ignition wires. 57%. What's I cut off again? 51. Alright. What about this ignition coil? 56%. Alright, so it's not those. Oh, what about this fuel rail? MPI. What's that on? 25%. There we go. Job done. So when it's choppy, it's generally things that are important to the engine but not actually in the engine. So like the electrics feeding the engine, or the air filters, or the fuel pump, or stuff that supplies or helps the engine out but isn't actually part of the engine, you know, like a con rod or something. Alright, so now we can purchase all these parts. So we need an air filter. Air filter, fuel filter, fuel. So happens when you put it on all, fuel filter, and what else? Fuel rail MPI. We're on fuel already, so fuel rail MPI. Yep. Car filters, so we need an oil filter I4. We never took that off, did we? Fuel filter of oil filter I4. Timing belt tensioner. Timing belt, so engine belt tensioner, timing belt, I4 sock, timing belt, I4 sock. I think that's what I wanted anyway. Yep, and a water pump I4. Okay. Sloppy steering, so inner tie rod. Leaf spring plate to U-bolts, 2 outer tie rods and a steering rack. And a sway bar, front end link A. And then we want a front exhaust section I4 something something. Middle muff and a rear muff V8 of. Middle muff and a rear muff V8 of. Alright, I think we've got it all now. Let's do the putting together stuffs. That's what we're going to need, is a montage. Yeah. Right, Terralt Benchner. Kyming Tover. Yes, it's reverse speak day. Or something. Water pump. And some belts. Yep. That's that. Good. And then we've got the exhaust. Yep, can't do that yet. So what we could do is the... Oh, I'm in the bloody engine bay, you stupid game. Alright. And your 4 little clips. Alright, let's put it up in the air. Whilst everything else can be done in fair. It's like the air, but with... Alright, steering rack. And tie rods. Sway bar. That's on the other side. Exhaust section. Alright, so sway bar. Alright, there you go. Got a couple of them apparently. Inner tie rod and outer tie rod. Sure, let's put a wheel on. Pretty sure we're all done on this side and the front kind of thing. Let's go down the rear. Got some leaf springs to put on here. with matching U-bolt. And then this one. Okay, what else do I need to do? That was most of it. Exhaust. There we go, that's the exhaust, and some stuff at the front probably. Oh, the oil filter needs to be changed. Why can't... oh, I'm on the assemble mode, that's fair enough. Where are you? Whoops, don't get too close. There's the fresh one. That's most of it, right. So, got an exhaust manifold to put back on. And that might be it, he said, slightly questioningly. Gotta put this wheel on, of course. Customer will definitely moan about that. Alright. Oh yeah, I've got to spray it, the factory colour, which apparently is probably the same colour as this. That's how it usually seems to work. It'd be nice if people, if the car came in with horrific, you know, paint all over it, and you made it look nice again rather than just painting it the same colour. But hey, whatever. Alright, so that's that job done. Yeah, nothing more to say about that. Next. Oh yeah, let's get rid of some of these jobs. Repair or replace body parts. Well, that's a bit swift, isn't it? That's quite a long run. We've just done a Delray custom. Let's get rid of that. And control. So Malloc, lack of engine power. Yeah, go on then. Let's do a Sailor Inspector. Yes, partly in honour of the Bond film which has come out this week, which I believe I've already mentioned previously when I had a Spectre come up in my face. Right, so lack of engine power, running gear, brakes. Okay, this is quite a full-on one. I didn't really think. I thought this was. It's hard to tell sometimes. Look at them yellow reflections there. Look, don't know where that's coming from. Lack of engine power. Alright, well this might actually be worth doing some tests on. So let's run through our gamut of pointless, of our tests. So here's the OBD-Badooby scanner. See if the engine's reported any issues. Engine says yes, my fuel rail is a bit knackered, as are my ignition coils. Alright, that's good. Next we do the blow test. Have you ever inhaled? Car is definitely in the green there, look. The car has not inhaled. The car is clean. And finally we hook it up to the electronics test just to see if it's sweating or blood pressure is elevated, and then we can tell if it's lying or not. Apparently its fuel pump is knackered. Well, you know, etc. So let's get off the fuel rails. So there's an ignition coil to take out as well. Let's just see if... oh, several. Shame you can't remove things when you're looking at them in that colour, because, you know, it's the moment where you can tell which ones are which. Alright, so that's all those. Fuel filter. What else have we got on that list? Oh, that's almost all of them, look. Fuel pump, let's not forget the fuel pump. That's very easy to forget. Fuel pump, wow, look at all this. Stands out, doesn't it? The chocolate when it's this good condition a car. Just got distracted. I'm checking out the engine, obviously. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. So I'm guessing there's some brake issues as well. Take out his rubber bush, and then we can pull him off. We can make that shit up. Right, so we'll take this out. To do that, we'll take that out. To do that, we'll take this out. Okay, yeah, we'll disassemble the most of the back end to get these bits out. Alright. Innuendo. Okay, lots more to remove before we can get to that. like they didn't want it to fall off the car. You know, they've certainly attached it more than seems necessary. That best be taken out from underneath. Okay, right. All important parts of the engine, these. Take out your axle, take out your hub, take out your knuckle. Actually, that was not the knuckle, but anyway. Okay, he's been off-roading in this. Absolutely shafted. Okay, so let's take it up in the air to take any more off. Oh, there's another dead bush. Alright, so let's do the same at the front as far as the wheels are concerned. Let's get all the brakes. Let's mention all those crappy piles of chocolate. Well, me. Oh, it's the sway bar still on, isn't it? You can say I finally remembered that you don't take the spring off next, which is just natural for me. You actually take out the shock absorber and then the spring sort of sits there in mid-air, which means putting it back on could be a problem because you have to put the spring on first, which I never really think of doing. Anyway. Way up. Oh, down. Right, that's that size. Still not found out the engine problem. Well, that's a chocolatey corner, isn't it? One Kalipa. And something under here is chocolatey. Something this way, chocolate lies. There we go. So that's the suspension at the front end anyway. Oh no, not quite. Sway bar. Alright, there we go, there's the spring off. Right, so we're still looking for an engine item. That's a bit of shit. No, that looks very chocolatey. What about the battery? 91% you say? I don't know what the cutoff is, but I'm sure it's lower than that. 84. I think it would have told us about spark plugs that are knackered. I'm not... Really, there's no trouble with doing a test, is you sort of think, well, I've tested this, there's no point taking it all apart. Lack of engine power. Yeah, well, let's put it up in the air anyway, and whoops, and take off the remaining bits of the running gear. Alright, they're both chocolatey, so that's okay. Oh, yeah, tie rod. That's a tie rod actually, there we go. Lack of engine power. Maybe some of the timing stuff, I don't know. I didn't know. Right, let's go down the rear of the car. Lots of chocolate down here to remove. Sway bath sort of thing. Oops, don't need to get rid of the exhaust. Oh yeah, there's this little... let's get rid of that little bush to get this off. Remove that first. There we go. Put the exhaust pipe back in. Same again. Remove all this. Not the exhaust though this time. Oh, and your little bush. And the other arm I'd forgotten to disconnect. Hey, there we go. So that should be all the suspension-y parts anyway. Yep. So it's just this one lack of engine power-y bit. It's just a bit depressing. Right, do we have the oil filter? The oil filter is pretty clean. 92%, yeah. It's going to be something in the engine, isn't it? This is so frustrating. Lack of engine power. Let's bring the car down. Have I checked the air filter? Alright, that certainly needed fixing, so let's see if that was the thing. It was. Awesome, so let's buy some parts. Air filter, yep. Fuel filter, fuel pump, fuel rail DI, fuel filter. Fuel rail DI, times 2, and 3 ignition coils. Okay, front shock absorber, front spring, front shock absorber, front spring, front steering knuckle A, front wheel hub, front steering knuckle A, front wheel hub, lower suspension arm to rear knuckle housings, lower suspension arm to rear knuckle housings, which ones? A. A rear spring, 2 rear suspension arms, a rear suspension arm B and 3 rubber bushings, spring cap and sway bar front ending A, 4 brake performance, 2 calipers, 2 discs are ventilated and 4 pads. Alright, let's put it all back together. Oh, I had so many air filters there. What the hell's going on? Some sort of buy one get one free offer on maybe that I've not noticed. Accessible from wheel on lifter. Right, so we've got other stuff to put in here. We've got ignition coils and fuel rail doodad. Alright, fuel filter. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, let's cover that. Lift her up. So many things to attach to the suspension. Whoop, whoop. Do. Right, so, and then it's an outer tire rod. Sway bar doohickey. Wheel hub cap. Not a false one. Bushings. No, that's all at the back, I think, the bushings. Chocolatey bushing. Front wheel hub. And the front wheel cap. Jaunty hat. And then we've got this sway bar doodad. Okay, and down the rear. That's right, that's almost down the rear. The whole rear end to resemble, pretty much. Resemble? Does it resemble it? What am I talking about? So many parts to put back together. Do. Don't forget your bush. All kids love bush. Right. Rear wheel hub. And a real hub bearing, or real wheel hub bearing, and an axle. All important. Rubber bush. Suspension thingy. More suspension-y thingy. That's the technical term, I think. Sway bar doodad. Bit of bush. False rubber bush. Alright, that's looking good. We've got some brake nonsense. And then one of them wheel-like things. Woo. Okay, that's that side done. Let's do the same, but on the other side. That's how exciting it is. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. More rubber bush. Can't get enough of that wonderful bush. Whoops. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. And so we've got the spill up the upper arm. Sway bar. A little bit of rubber bush. And then the suspension arm. There we go. That's that side almost done. A bit more bush. Can never have enough bush. And then one day you've got too much. And if you have too much bush, please write in and explain to us why it is too much. And if necessary, we'll come and help out. That sounds so wrong. Right, okay. So, what are we missing at the front here? Some sort of brake system. And then wheels. Cars like wheels. It's a much more efficient way of putting the energy on the road. Right. Some people will lead you to believe that having rims is fun, like having some sort of drifting competition. Rims is what you need, but no, don't be fooled by them and their rimmy badness. Rimming. Stay away from it, kids. Right. Okay, so that's all but the bodywork. Oh, and my fuel pump. Of course, I always forget the flipping fuel pump, so I went and got it at the start, so I knew I'd forget it. Flipping fuel pump. There we go. So, is that it, apart from the bodywork? Whoops! Gotta look at the car before we can look at the list. Yeah, that's good. So we've got lots of stuff to repair and replace. Let's bring it down. Let's look at the inventory. Sell all junk. Yes. What else have we got left? We could try fixing it all, I suppose. Alright, so that's obviously chocolatey. It's hard to tell. That's chocolatey, that's chocolatey. They're chocolatey. Okay, so what? Oh, there's possibly a tiny amount of chocolate on there. Front bumper, both doors, right fender hood, left headlight, left tail light, rear bumper and trunk. Okay. Left headlight apparently. What else? Front bumper. Okay. If you say so. What about the hood? I wish it would keep changing that. Here, hood. Alright, see if we can fix all of this crap. All the other bits as well. And then anything we've got left over after we've sorted the bodywork out, we can just sell. Well, not much of that broke. Okay, so that was already past it, I guess. So let's sell all junk again. Yes. No. Alright. So no parts to assemble there. Spectre lights. What else we got? Front fenders, doors. Tried the hood already, been there. Well, most of it got fixed, that's nice. So we're left just needing a, is it Sail Inspector? Yeah, hood, not front bumper hood thing. So body parts, Spectre. Sail Inspector fastback, no, we just want the Sail Inspector hood. Sail Inspector fastback, no. Sail Inspector, yes. Sail Inspector hood. Alright, so that's all done. Wicked work. Alright. Well, I had a bit of a burp with recording in the middle, so hopefully that hasn't knackered the whole episode. Otherwise I'm just talking to myself for no obvious reason. Yeah, good. Right. Awesome. So thank you very much for watching, and come back next time for more of the same with our yellow reflected orangeness. Anyway, yes, goodbye.